Hello and welcome to A Cup of Spirituality. We are so glad that you are here. Now, this is a space where spirituality feels like having a cozy chat over a cuppa with friends, where each month we explore topics that you've been asking about, from grounding and connecting with angels to understanding chakras, crystals, and so much more. And if you're watching this, we would love for you to say hello in the comments, whether watching this live or watching the replay. Like this video, share it with anyone you think would enjoy it, and let us know your thoughts or questions. This show is all about you, your curiosity, your journey, and your growth. And of course, if we don't get to your question in this episode, then don't worry. It may become a topic of a future show. We are here to create a community of learning, connection, and exploration. And most importantly, this is a safe, judgment-free space, get my teeth fixed, where everyone is welcome to share and to grow.
Yeah, that's exactly right. See, Ray and I were just passionate about building a community. What we get passionate about and excited about is just building. We just want to people to just come as they are. We want to meet them as they are. Like I'm drinking my tea at the same time,
Yep.
and it's about building a community, and building a tribe.
Hey.
Exactly. And so it doesn't matter if you've been on your journey for a while or you're brand new, all are welcome here. We both do circles and things like that. And so people ask us questions, and when we tell them what the titles of the shows are, people will ask us questions, and sometimes people tell us or ask us, can we do a show on a certain topic? So our shows are really bespoke to what you want. So whatever you're interested in, whatever you want to know, whatever burning questions you have, let us know, interact with us, and we can either sort it out in this session or another. Literally, we're here for you to help in any way we can on your spiritual journey.
Yep, and this week we're going to be talking about dreams. But before we do, let's introduce ourselves properly so you get an idea of who we are if you've never met us. My name's Ray, and I'm a spiritual guide and healer who is passionate about helping you reconnect with your divine presence and step into your purpose. Now, through angelic Reiki, guided meditations, and exploring past and future lives, I support you in healing your past and creating a soul-aligned future. Now, my journey has taught me that with the right tools and guidance, we can all connect with our higher selves, embrace transformation, and live a life full of abundance and fulfillment. And I'm here to hold space for you as we explore spirituality together in this safe and supportive community.
Yeah, that's what it's all about, isn't it, Ray? It's about the community. Yeah, so anyway, so I'm Sally. I'm passionate about building a community, particularly to do with empowering women. I'm a trauma-informed somatic coach, and I train just with women. I'm not a men's somatic coach. I work with Mary Magdalene. I do psychic readings. I do women's circles. I'm starting an online women's circle if anyone's interested. Meditation groups, spiritual development. At the moment, I'm in the middle of teaching how to journal consciously with oracle cards, which Ray and I were chatting about a little bit before. And yeah, so it's basically about allowing women and giving women the tools and the skills they need to be their best possible selves. I suppose really I should have just said that, because that's it, just like in a nutshell. It's that's what I'm here for.
You can say
Oh dear.
whatever you can say whatever you want in whichever way you want, to say it. So yeah, so this week we're talking about dreams, and obviously, as always, Sally and I have got different ways of exploring and sharing this. I've got the answer to 5 questions that have been asked of me. Plus, I'm going to tell you about archangels, crystals, and colors. And Sally has got other things about dreams, from Egyptians to
Yeah.
Grecians, which
Yeah.
I think is going to be absolutely fascinating. So, what should we start with, Sally?
Do you want me to start talking about what dreams are?
Yeah, you go first.
So, from a scientific viewpoint, dreams are an integral part of our sleep cycle, particularly in the REM sleep, which is the rapid eye movement sleep. And I don't know if you know this, but some people don't actually have REM sleep. I was one of those people who didn't get REM sleep. I've got fibromyalgia and chronic fatigue. The minute my head hit the pillow, I was in this deep, I call it like a coma sleep, which is probably an inappropriate way of describing it, but I had no REM sleep until someone recommended to take magnesium. Once I started taking magnesium, that's when I started to dream. So the magnesium helps your body heal and helps your body relax, and all the tensions and things in your muscles and bones, which then allows you to get the REM sleep. So for a very long time, maybe about 8 years, I didn't dream. But so dreams they're important because they help you consolidate your memory, regulate your emotions, and help process your daily life. That is the way, by sleeping and dreaming, it's the way these little fragments of your life get processed by your brain, sorted, and either let go of or stored for future reference. So it's a little bit like a filing cabinet system, really. You know, if you've got like a data inputter, that your dreams are your data inputter, which I think is quite nice. So spiritually, I would say they're kind of a meeting place between the conscious mind and the unconscious, and between the human and the divine. And as a spiritual person, that resonates more than the filing cabinet of your day, to be honest. When I first started my spiritual journey in earnest, I would get visions and dreams through from angels, showing me where I needed to go, what I needed to do, that kind of thing. And for me, it was a sort of kickstart of this whole, yes, Sally, you're a psychic. Yes, you are going to give readings, and this is how your life's going to go. And no, you're not going to teach anymore. And dreams were a big part of the start of that journey for me. And that's when everything fell into place from my dreams. I dreamt about going up staircases, meeting angels. Yeah, and that's when I realised that I was psychic. I wasn't just weird. That's why I hadn't really fitted in before in my life. And this was how it was all meant to be for me, really. So dreams were the start. I've just realised I've talked a lot there. Did you want to say some stuff and then I say some stuff in a minute?
Yeah, no, yeah, we can do that. So I'll go with one of the questions that I was asked, which was, why do I dream and what do dreams
Yeah.
mean? So dreams are a way that our subconscious processes thoughts, emotions, and experiences. Now, spiritually, they can also act as a bridge for higher guidance, offering insights from the soul, angels, or even past and future lives. And some dreams may just be our mind's way of sorting through daily life, while others sometimes carry deeper symbolic meaning. So it's completely different to everyone, who has a dream. They will experience it in a different way, and it will mean a different thing. So it's one size doesn't fit all with dreams. So that's really my answer to that question. What about you, Sally? You got an answer to that, or does that tie in with?
I think for me, I would go with, they're like portals. I feel they're portals to other realms, and when we're relaxed in ourselves, in our body, and particularly that bit when you're half awake, half asleep, that allows you to get into those realms and portals. Because I think our brain is always fighting against our heart and our third eye and that kind of thing during the day. So when we're sleeping, when we're dreaming, we've got the chance to get to those places. Just like when you go into a deep meditation, I feel that that dream life, that dream state, is one where even people who don't meditate can get into that state and to have those high level experiences. Yeah. So
Yeah.
did you want me to talk to you about the ancient Egyptians? Should I do that now?
No, tell you what, shall we get the questions out of the way and then we can go more into
Yeah,
the
good shout.
Yeah, I think that'll be rather than chopping and changing. So another question I
Okay.
was asked was, do we really dream every night, and how can I remember them? And I know you've already touched on this. So yes, most people, 99% of people do dream every night during the sleep cycle. It's just that we don't always remember. You know, I'm one of those people that I don't really remember my dreams, but then that's because I rarely have a full night's sleep. I wake up constantly. Um, so there, but you can keep a dream journal, as Sally said, beside your bed, and write down even fragments when you wake up, to help prevent the recall, which is great. But if it means you have to turn the light on, like me, put my glasses on, it it sort of like takes you out of that mode. And when I wake up, I want to use the bathroom anyway, just sharing a bit too much information there. I will go on to some crystals and archangels you can use to help you remember your dreams in a little bit. But Sally, you got anything more you want to add to that?
No, but I'm just very interested to hear your bathroom habits during the night. So thanks for sharing that.
You're welcome. We're a community, no
We
judgment.
are. Come as you are.
Hey.
Oh my god, I hate it when well, I don't. I love it when we get the giggles, but it's like who's going to actually get serious first to carry on?
Okay. So shall I go on to the next question?
Yeah, do
Because
it,
I
do
think
it, do
I've
it.
probably thrown that one out of the water. You know, anyone watching, please let us know. You don't have to share your bathroom habits, but do you remember your dreams? Do you have any tricks or tools that you use to help remember your dreams? Another question, which I think is one of the most interesting ones, is what do some of the most common dream symbols mean? I like falling, flying, or losing teeth. I've had flying ones. I don't think I've ever had losing teeth one. But falling often reflects feeling out of control or anxious in waking life. Flying can symbolize freedom, spiritual expression, or rising above challenges. Losing teeth may be connected to worries about change, aging, or communication. But again, these symbols are personal too. So it's important to consider what they mean for you in your life, because it could be that losing your teeth actually means that you're losing money, or something else. So, any indication, Sally, about particular reoccurring things in dreams like falling or flying?
Well, I have the flying one a lot, and I've actually always wondered what that meant and never actually looked it up. So I'm grateful to you for that because I think flying's a big one for me, and one I get a lot, which is I'm trying to run or move, but my legs won't work. And I can't, I just can't, and I'm just stranded. And I get that one a lot. So it's not falling, but my legs just suddenly stop working. So maybe actually got a dream book. So if people were watching who wanted to find out what their dreams meant, we could also tune in on it as well, couldn't we? We could do a
Yeah,
mixture of tuning in the book.
yeah. So,
Yeah.
so if anyone watching, you have got a dream that you're happy to share, because obviously this is public, then we'll have a go at interpreting it for you. Another question that I've been asked is, can dreams predict the future? Which is an interesting one. So, yes, some dreams do feel prophetic, offering glimpses of what may come. And these can often carry a clear, vivid quality that stays with you. From a spiritual view, they can show you possible futures rather than fixed outcomes, giving guidance to help you make choices. Because remember, anything in the future is a potential future, a potential timeline. We can always make changes to it. So if you have a dream that you've lost something, then you can actually, in your waking life, change that. So you're changing it so you don't lose something in the future. So again, it's very much individual about whether they are prophetic to you or not. And it's normally the ones that you remember vividly and that really are the most important ones that you need to actually pay attention to. What do you think, Sally?
Yeah, I think that's actually, I think that's bang on, because I do feel it's the ones that have come out in like Technicolor almost, that somehow they get branded on your mind or something. So when you, in the morning, when you wake up, you do actually remember those dreams. And they, in my experience, those have been the ones, well, like I shared earlier, that actually did mean something. And it was interesting what you said about if you lose something in your dream or you visualize yourself losing your car keys or whatever, then the next day you make sure you keep hold of your car keys so that you don't. Yeah, and I hadn't even thought that. So the universe's way of just helping you out, I suppose, for the following day, which I think is brilliant.
Yeah. And if it gives you lottery numbers, go and do the lottery.
Share them with us first, then do the lottery.
Yeah, no, yeah, that makes sense. Hi, Presh, good to see you here. Thank you for joining us. If you've got any questions about dreams, then please feel free to share with us. And one more question that I was asked was, are recurring dreams or nightmares showing me something deeper? So this ties in, as we were talking about a minute ago, that yes, reoccurring dreams highlight unresolved emotions, lessons, or patterns your subconscious, your soul wants you to notice, or to make those changes that you need to make. Nightmares, though unsettling, can also be actually an opportunity for deep healing. Um, and again, I'll go into an archangel who can help you with that. But you can ask, and a nightmare, and an angel for a nightmare, to give you some clarity on it, to protect you during that dream. Shift the energy around them when you wake up. I mean, if you wake up and the nightmare's still with you, you know what information is it trying to get? What is your subconscious trying to tell you? And how can you change that energy around you? I mean, I'm trying to remember about nightmares, and I don't really remember any nightmares, but I do know my mum said when I was a child, literally, I would have nightmares constantly. And it was always about burning buildings, burning people, burning, um, etc., which were nightmares I often had, and so that was really interesting because I don't remember them whatsoever in any way, shape, or form. What they meant at the time, who knows? Was I remembering a previous lifetime that was coming in, which the chances are that was most likely what it was. Probably in previous lifetimes, I've been burnt several times through various things or been involved in fires. And it was just me as a child not having that filter on, remembering all those things that were coming in. What about you, Sally? Any nightmares that you remember, or anything about nightmares or recurring dreams?
I haven't had them for a long time now, but I used to have a nightmare that I was behind the scenes of like somewhere like SeaWorld or somewhere, which I really dislike SeaWorld, because they keep dolphins and whales in small tanks. And I was having to walk between the tanks, and I used to fall into the killer whale tank. And then I'd be so frightened I'd wake up. And I had loads of dreams about that very regularly. And I never got to the bottom of why, but I haven't had them for about 15 years. But I was thinking about all of this ready for today, and that was quite a big one I had. So, but yeah,
Mm.
not nice.
No, no. So yeah, again, if you're happy, share your nightmares, and sometimes sharing them actually helps bring light to them to actually stop them
Mm,
reoccurring again, because you're acknowledging them, and trying to make sense of them. So that can help with clearing and everything. So before we get on to archangels, crystals, and colours, talk about the Egyptians and dreams.
Yeah. So when I was doing my research on dreams, I found out that the ancient Egyptians kept dream books, and the most famous one is on something called the Chester Beatty Papyrus. Don't you just love that all these artifacts are just named by the Brits who found them? You know,
Yes.
it should be called, I don't know, Isis's dream book or whatever, but now they just give it some bloke name of the person who discovered it, like it didn't exist until the patriarchy were there pillaging all the artifacts from Egypt or something. Anyway, so they found this papyrus and it lists dream symbols and what they mean. So, and I quite like these. So, if a man sees himself dead in a dream, it means good, he's going to have a long life. If a man sees himself drinking warm beer, that's bad because it means suffering will become upon him. And they believe that in dream incubation, they deliberately sleep in dream temples, waiting for a god or ancestor to send healing through a dream, which I think is
Wow.
phenomenal. And the Greeks had similar traditions. In the temple of Asclepius, people slept on stone benches, hoping to be visited by the god of healing in their dreams. And then we've got indigenous cultures like Native Americans. They honoured their dreams as sacred messages for the community, and they were seen as guidance from ancestors or pathways of initiation. But then Freud came along, and he saw dreams as basically disguised wish fulfillment and repressed desires. Then Carl Jung kind of opened the lens, if you like, wider, and he saw dreams as a symbolic expression of the psyche. So they weren't random or trivial, but guiding us towards wholeness, to the path of individuation, the journey of becoming our true selves. And that actually, even though, patriarchal male, that always gets my hackles up, but that actually really resonates. That actually dreams are a way of going into those liminal spaces, finding out what we need to process, finding out what we need to learn, and it's us guiding ourselves to a place of wholeness. That really resonates. I don't know if anyone's still watching what they think, but for me, I think, wow, that's bang on. Anything else? Yeah. So what I was just thinking about dreams in general and how useful and important they were in our lives. And I thought about ways of not ensuring but encouraging lovely dreams into our lives. So I thought before we go to bed at night, we could set an intention like, show me what I most want to see tonight, or take me somewhere magical, or and I just thought it would be a lovely thing if we all tried it. Just said something like this little intention before we went to bed, and maybe share with Ray and I what the outcome was. And then in the morning, if you remember it, you can write it down. And then I thought, right, sorry, I've done a lot of thought on this. And then I thought, say a guide or an angel or somebody came through, you could then in the morning say, tell me what I need to know about that dream. What other messages do you have? And it can become a two-way sort of dialogue thing. Because I was quite, I can't think what the word is, but I was so taken taken away by the idea that dreams are portals into our soul and into the universe. And I was just thinking of ways of working with that and sort of extracting the most juice, the most joy from this. So I was wondering if people were interested in doing like setting an intention before they go to bed and writing about it and connecting afterwards. I will try this, but even though I take magnesium, I rarely dream. But if I do, I'm gonna do my intention tonight and then see if I get anything through.
Yeah, I'll do an intention tonight as
Will
well.
you?
Yeah, and see if anything else. So, and in fact, it reminds me of a guest. As some of you know, I have a show called Angels and Destiny, which goes out on a Monday, of which Sally has been a guest before. But I had a previous guest before, Courtney Levens, and what she suggests, because she works very much with angels, and she's definitely worth checking out if you can. that before you go to sleep, you actually ask your guardian angel or the angels to say, like, I don't know, you can't find an earring or something. Just say, my guardian angels, during my dream, can you show me where this is?
That's a great idea.
So you can ask questions before, and then see what dream you come up with, or that you remember, before you wake up. So yeah, so that's another thing to do.
That's amazing. Yeah.
Mm.
And something else I found out in my research about dreams is that Mary Shelley dreamed about Frankenstein's monster.
Yes.
She
Yeah.
dreamt about it and then wrote it. And Einstein dreamed of the theory of relativity, and Dali dreamed the surreal landscapes and then painted them.
Wow. So yeah, it's amazing, when dreams are that vivid, how much
Mm.
information they can actually, give to you.
Yeah.
And I think from listening to people and reading, etc., it is practice. It's kind of like getting into that habit of asking every night, journaling down as much as you can, when you wake up. I mean, I did try at one point using a dictaphone,
Oh,
because obviously not writing, and that, but sometimes it's like, well, you wake up and obviously you go to the bathroom and come back or whatever, and then you just want to get back into that dream again, rather than taking the time to
mm.
do so. It's a habit that you need to get into, because obviously when you get into that habit, you can then start lucid dreaming.
Oh, no, that is something I can do.
Oh, can you?
Yeah, I'm really good at lucid dreaming. Just yeah. Again, I haven't dreamed for a long time, but when I said about not being able to run and my legs stopped working in dreams, my brain would take over and tell me that it was a dream and I'd be able to fly away. And in the killer whale thing, the reason I don't get to see what happens when I fall in the tank is because my brain clicks in and removes the whole nightmare for me. So I'm quite good. And then so I've had flown with dragons when I meditate, but also when I lucid dream, my dragon comes through sometimes, or used to, and yeah, I am able to know I'm in a dream and then direct it as I need. And oh yeah, sometimes I get dreams of needing to escape people as well. So that's when I dream that, oh yeah, I can fly and lose them that way. So it's weird that my brain just, maybe I'm half awake and half asleep or something. So my brain clicks and goes, right, no, you're right, Sally, it's just a dream and I'll take over, thank you, and sorts me out.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful. So you'll probably be actually quite good at setting an intention for lucid dreaming.
Oh yes. I'm gonna actually write that down.
So yeah, set the intention that you're going to have a lucid dream tonight. I've never been able to master that. I have tried. I've done the theories that they say, several times during the day. Just shake your right hand.
Oh,
Um, just to go, I'm not dreaming. I'm not dreaming. No, no, sorry, no, it's not dreaming. Go, I'm dreaming. I'm aware of my dream. I'm aware of my dream. Then if you do that, keep doing that during the day, and then you set the intention for lucid dreaming to actually get yourself into that lucid dream. If you start shaking your hand in that dream, that I am lucid dreaming, that means you're then lucid dreaming. So you know that it's a lucid
oh
dream
yeah.
rather than just a normal dream.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
that's good.
you can set a trigger to do it. It's not worked on me, but then hey, maybe that's because, as we said, I don't get full night's sleep. But maybe one day, maybe one day.
Oh,
Anyway, let me tell you
oh,
about some archangels and crystals and some
yeah,
colours.
yeah.
because I
Yes,
think
please.
they'll be quite nice. So the two archangels really that I feel associated with dreams are Archangel Gabriel, because obviously Archangel Gabriel is known as the messenger angel, and Archangel Gabriel helps bring clarity to dream messages, visions, and insights. So if you're seeking understanding or guidance through your dreams, you might call on Archangel Gabriel to actually make the messages clearer and easier to recall upon waking. So again, before you go to bed, Archangel Gabriel, God,
Gabriel.
my brain went blank
Gabriel.
then. Yeah, Archangel Gabriel, help give me some clarity on my dreams. Or when you wake up in the morning, Archangel Gabriel, can you help give me some clarity on dreams, especially if you've written down something in your dream journal and you're not sure what to make of it. Then, of course, you've got Archangel Zadkiel, who is associated with memory and compassion. And Archangel Zadkiel can support you in remembering dreams, understanding their symbols, and gently connecting them to your personal journey. And he can also help shift confusion into wisdom. And again, very good if you've got reoccurring nightmares, asking him to come in and bring that compassion in to help you clear that. Then crystals, which are absolutely brilliant for dream work. I mean, any crystal you can use for dream work, but the main ones that I would suggest would be amethyst, which is a calming stone that eases your mind before sleep, helping you slip into restful dream states. It also supports dream recall, so you remember more clearly in the morning. Our favourite, selenite, which is a crystal of light and angelic connection, which is perfect for placing by your bed to invite higher guidance and protection while you dream, as it can help open the pathway for angelic messages. And lapis lazuli, which obviously is a stone of deeper inner vision, enhances dream insight and helps you to see the truth hidden within dream symbols. It also works beautifully with the third eye for spiritual awareness in dream state. But do remember, if you are going to be using crystals under your pillow or by your bed, that you've got the time to actually process them the next morning, because they can be high vibrational and they can affect your sleep as well. So you might have a clear crystal quartz next to I don't know, maybe a selenite, and literally you're going to just be buzzing all night, so you're not going to get any sleep. So
Yeah.
do be careful, of which crystals you do use in there. Hi, Angela. Good
Hey,
to see
lovely.
you. We are just talking about crystals and colours. And we're now going to go on to, I mean, there are so many different colours associated with dreams that have different meanings. And again, it's something that maybe you want to look up. I mean, there are so many dream journals. There's so much information online. And again, you go with what your gut instinct is, what your guidance is. But the two that I particularly like are indigo, which obviously is linked to the third eye chakra. And indigo in dreams often reflects intuition, wisdom, or spiritual sight. And it can signal to your inner guidance, that it's trying to get your attention. And then, of course, we have the other one, which is violet, which is connected to your crown chakra. And violet dreams often carry themes of higher connection, spiritual awakening, or divine presence. And, this color in dreams may suggest guidance from your soul, angels, or the higher realms. So they're more of the spiritual kind of like colors, but again, there are more different colors that can mean so many different things. And I'm guessing when I was a child and I was dreaming of the fires and that, most of my dreams would have been orange, yellows, reds, etc. Maybe I need to look up those colors, what they mean in dreams. They might have given me something if it wasn't a past life. So, you got any insights on any of those, Sally, or anything else?
I have to be honest, I haven't really seen colours in my dreams. I just get like, I suppose the tanks one with water, but
Mm.
I don't really um dream. I don't even know if I dream in colour, you know. I don't even know.
Do you know
I
something?
don't know.
I can't remember if I do.
Yeah, I don't even know.
Maybe that's another intention we can put down. God, we've got all these intentions to put in our dream, haven't we?
Oh yeah, and I wore moons and stars because it was dreams today, and I wore my like triple goddess moon,
Cool.
because we're doing dreams today, and and also I think that the dream world is quite a feminine world. You know, it's a fertile ground. It's quite receptive. We learn things. If we can be given things to enable us to evolve, to grow, to change, and it it kind of feels like it's where we kind of gestate our new life. We can take, you know, we're given this stuff that we can then take, and it's helping us when we surrender to it. It's enabling us to, as long as it's not just a string of nightmares, to sort of create and soften into our new life. Is kind of, that's been my experience, but other people may have differing experiences.
Yeah.
But that's kind of how I see it. And I guess the thing is to trust what you're getting through, whether it's something you need to dig deeper in, the hidden messages, or whether if it's something really positive and it's angels and things and the positive colours, to trust it, investigate it, and trust and to surrender to that,
Yeah.
which is quite a lot of what spirituality is about in general, I would say.
Yeah.
This is
Yeah.
just another nudge, isn't it? Another nudge in a different format, really.
I think dreams are so personal that it is really down to individuality. It is, as we said earlier, you know, one size doesn't fit all,
Yeah.
with dreams, and two people could have exactly, well, no, they wouldn't have the exact dream, but very similar dreams, and they would mean completely different things to them because of what's going on in their life or what possibly could go on in their life.
Yes.
Um, so, you know, it is an idea to, you know, not rely on what someone else's dream is to answer your dream.
Right. It's kind of like oracle cards in a way, isn't it? Um, just because the guidebook says something doesn't mean it's right for you. It might be your own message that you've seen in the picture that's the bit that resonates to you. Um, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So, anyone I can see we've got watching live, have you got any questions about dreams, or you want to share? And obviously, if you're watching the replay, we'll circle back to any questions that you may want to share. Oh, and we've lost Sally. So we'll just wait for Sally to come back to us. And you can see my beautiful lighting either side, which gives you a nice idea about how I set my lighting up here. So if you've got anything about dreams that you want to share with us, then you know, please do. And if you don't want to do it publicly, then you can comment and message us privately, because we will actually get back to you, especially if you've got a dream that you want to share and you want us to have a go at interpreting it for you. You know, we're more than happy to do that for you. So, whilst we're waiting for Sally to come back, normally we'd been at the point. Ah, here she is, back with us. Yay! There we go.
At least this
Hello.
has only happened once this time.
I
It's only
know.
happened once today. Last time it happened a lot, didn't it? Yeah. Oh, so nobody else
Yeah.
is seeing, nobody fed back about their dreams. That's where I was up to when you were just asking people.
Yeah, no,
No.
nobody has. So, if there's nothing else that we're going to share on that at the moment, What have you tuned into the energies of the month, and what guidance are we being offered, Sally?
So we've just had the first harvest, haven't we? And there's lots of apples on the trees and blackberries and cherries and fruit. And, you know, the earth is brimming with, well, the fruits of the summer, really, the harvest. And what I've been getting through with most of my groups and quite a few readings is that actually this is our harvest too. And it's about looking back on what seeds we planted, what's grown, what we nurtured, what we nourished, and looking at the fruits of our labour and taking that step back and saying, yeah, I accomplished this. You know, this was a win. This was great. And it doesn't mean celebrate. It doesn't have to be massive achievements that we're celebrating, like a new job or, I don't know, a new baby or something. It could just be um, something small, like I knew I was getting overwhelmed, so I decided to go for a walk in my lunch break. I don't normally sit and have a coffee during the day when I'm out, but I decided to take some time for myself. I said no to the children. I'm not taking them to the park for an hour. I'm going to sit down and read a book for an hour first. All those things are like glimmers and they bring you joy. And if the thing is it's about celebrating those things, because otherwise, basically, what's the point? You plant
Yeah.
those seeds, they grow, they flourish, they blossom, and if we don't step back and enjoy the fruits of our labour and then start by planting those seeds that are in there ready for the next thing, that becomes like work, like, when people go for those performance management things and those performance overviews, and they don't care about everything you've achieved. It's always about setting the next target and setting the next target. We don't want to live our lives like that. We want to live our lives in joy. And by celebrating these achievements, I'm calling them achievements, and even though they could be quite small, but they're small but powerful. And if we build our lives, build our foundation on these beautiful achievements, our lives then grow with a foundation of love and joy. And the more we grow in that, the more joyous and happy we become. So that is what, for me, and what I've been getting through, that is what this season is all about. Celebrating our wins and then using those wins to act as a foundation for going forwards in our lives.
Beautiful. I like that. I think that's
Thank you.
absolutely brilliant. Thank you very much. So before I get into the cards for this month, Angela has said, I don't usually dream. Do you think I'm blocking myself? That's a good question.
We're probably going to have differing views on this
I'll let you go
because,
first.
yeah, because I say, no, you're not blocking yourself, because of my thing where I was so tired I didn't dream for a really long time, and I only recently started getting from taking magnesium. So I would say it could be your body is just so tired that you go straight into the deep sleep and you don't get the REM sleep. But as I was saying earlier, Angela, that once I started, somebody recommended taking magnesium, and I actually put magnesium foot cream on as well. That has enabled me to stop going to those really deep sleeps. So I am starting to get some dreams and REM, get into the REM state, which is when the dreams come through. So from my experience, I'd say no, but I'm wondering if Ray is going to say something different.
No, I actually don't. I don't think we can block ourselves from dreaming,
Okay.
because whatever, when we get into that dream state, it automatically we go somewhere. I mean, it may, it's going to be more if there's issues that actually going to know those, because they're going to be coming out, because your subconscious is going to be bringing those into you. Um, you know, but the chances are, as I said, I rarely dream, but then that's because I wake up so many times. I never really go into a deep sleep. Um, so I'm always sort of like partly awake, which technically should be good for a waking dream, but you've got to get into that deep, you've got to get in a bit deeper before you can go um into that. So I don't think, Angela, that you are blocking anything. It could just be your body. as Sally said, it could be that you're just going into such a deep sleep, that you're not going into REM, or it could be that you're just not really sleeping. Your body won't allow you to sleep because of what's going on in it, within it, with age, menopause, anything like that, outside influences. Stress can affect our sleep. So if you're not getting any sleep, then it's unlikely you're going to be dreaming. But what you could do is try start daydreaming, and that's during the day, is actually taking that 10-15 minutes. Because I think you were talking about Einstein, or was Einstein, or was it Newton? I can't remember, who would go for day naps, and literally to get the inspiration for this. I think it was actually Newton, for gravity. And
Wow.
what he used to do was, in the afternoon, he'd um, he'd hold something in his hand, he'd lie down on a settee or something, and allow himself to drift off whilst he was thinking about whatever it was. And then as soon as he felt his hand drop, that would wake him up. So he would automatically write down what he was doing. So it's kind of like, it was sort of like doing a daydream, really. And and that may help you when you go to sleep to remember your dreams. Just a suggestion that
That's
could
brilliant.
work, could not work.
I love it. I didn't know that at all about
Yeah,
Isaac Newton.
I'm sure I read it somewhere. If anyone's
Amazing.
watching and I've quoted that wrong, then please do let me know. But I'm pretty sure it was Newton that did that. And I think other
You're brilliant at
people
remembering stuff.
did that. That Nikola Tesla might have done something like that as well. Uh,
Mm.
but that's just a random thought. Anyway, let's know how you get on, Angela. Whether you kind of think, oh, maybe it is that, or you try something else. So I'm actually going to be using the cards. Because we're doing dreams, I chose a Goddess Dream Oracle by Wendy Andrew. These are absolutely beautiful cards, and she, I do believe, is someone from Glastonbury, I think, if I remember correctly. So let's see what guidance the angels, the universe, wants to give us for this month. Oh, when we say for this month, before till our next show, which is going to be in September. So, oh, they're making me work today for them. They're not giving me one out. Oh, they're saying that one did drop out when I just put them back. So we got two cards for this month. We have got Acceptance, the Cycle of Life.
Oh, the cycle of life fits, doesn't it?
It fits very, very well into what we're talking about, dreams, but also
Yeah.
from what you were talking about, the guidance UK that came through for you with, with the first harvest, and actually celebrating, what you've achieved, because it is acceptance that
Yeah.
that your life can achieve. And the one that flicked out as I was putting the cards back was Moon Law, Ebb and Flow, and it's someone sleeping.
Oh my goodness. You just can't make this up. This is amazing.
I know it's absolutely brilliant. And again, it ties in with what you were talking about the ebb and the flow, and that when we've got the abundance coming in, celebrate it, enjoy it, and again, both cards work absolutely perfectly together.
They do. They do. And the other one's got the acceptance one's also got a moon in as well.
It has, yes. It's got the crescent, so it's the start of the moon, which is no, actually no, it's that way round. So it's the end of the moon, whereas the moon law, you've got the actual start of the moon and the full moon.
Oh,
It's
yes.
obviously the
Right.
crescent is the other way round.
Yeah. Oh, gosh, yeah. Wow.
So the end of the new moon, sorry, I've got to
Start.
remember, waning, ebbing. Oh, I can never remember which way round.
I don't know which way's which, to be honest. Which one's
Yeah,
waxing and waning?
yeah, that's the word, waxing and waning. Yeah, I can never remember which one. I think that is the
I
waning of
can't
the
remember
full
which way.
moon. I think that's waning of the full moon, and that's the beginning
Waxing.
of
Yeah.
the full moon. Waxing,
Okay.
yeah,
Yeah, waxing to going towards the full moon.
yeah.
Yeah, that makes
That's
sense.
that. That's
Yeah.
that's that's yeah. That's what we were going on about. So beautiful cards that have come out for everyone. So if no one else has got any more questions or anything they want to share, then I would like to thank you so much for joining us
Mm.
today on A Cup of Spirituality. And both of us hope that you found something meaningful to take away from this episode. And of course, remember, this is your community and we'd love to hear from you. So don't forget to share your thoughts, like this video and subscribe to our channel so you don't miss our next chat, and watch our videos. Even if you've got them on in the background, give us some view time. It all really, really helps.
Yeah, we really could do that. And the short, we've started both of us producing shorts. If you could watch those as well, like to quote that major supermarket, every little helps, really. And if you fancy connecting with us personally, you'll find our details in the description below. And yeah, just know that we're here to support you on your journey, whatever you need. Look at us. That I know we can't all meet, in a coffee shop together and have a chat and in person, but we can gather here and do this. So, don't feel alone. Don't feel you've got questions that, you need answering, but you're not sure if they're too silly, or you're not sure if you're making sense. Just send them to us. And connect with us in this, on our websites, on our social media. We'd love to hear from you. And yeah, and until next time, just take care, stay curious, and keep on sipping that spirituality.
Exactly. And if you want to join us on the next show,
Oh yeah.
it
Well,
will be taking place on Thursday, the 18th of September. And we're actually going to be talking about divination. So there's going to be cards, pendulum runes. We're going to be talking about all those beautiful things. So if you have got any suggestions or anything you want to ask us for those, then please do get in touch.
amazing.
And
We
oh,
can't wait.
hello. Oh no, back gone. So yeah, if you've got anything you want to ask about divination, any way, shape, or
Just need
form,
to make sure.
then definitely ask those questions before we do the show on the 18th. And if on the 7th of September you are in the Dartford area, then I am doing an angelic Reiki with the herd at the Little Horse Yard in Horton Kirby. So basically, I'm doing group angelic Reiki with horses and alpacas around us, with card reading, and I'll be doing an individual card reading for you. So I'll put the link for you to, if you're interested in coming along to that, the Little Horse Yard in Horton Kirby. Amazing, beautiful space. And I recently did a live there, just to show you how wonderful and
I
beautiful
can't at the
it
moment.
is. And Sally, you got anything coming up? You back? You frozen? Did you get anything coming up, Sally? No? Hello again.
Oh, goodness me.
So have you got anything coming up, Sally?
Um, so my meditation groups start back in the middle of September. My online one starts something like the 14th of September. And I do an in-person online one on a Tuesday evening that's starting back a bit earlier, maybe the first week of September. If you're near me, Verwood, Centre of the Universe, Dorset. On the 6th of September, I have a Luna Rosa Circle, which has got a beautiful cacao ceremony. And we do a little bit of a sound healing, and we'll go have a deep meditation. And there's always some kind of activity that we'll do connecting to our higher selves or our guides. So we'll be doing that, and you'd be more than welcome to come along, but that one's in person. But if you fancy an online women's circle, let me know, because I'm gathering a list of names ready to start that when I've got enough people.
Beautiful. So, on that note, we will again say, have a wonderful month till we next see us, and enjoy your cup of spirituality. Take care,
Bye.
everyone. Bye.